who was Peter, the disciple who fell and stood again. Peter was one of the most well-known and influential figures in the New Testament, a fisherman who became a leader, a man who failed publicly, yet was powerfully restored. Before Jesus, Peter was known as Simon. He worked as a fisherman on the Sea of Galilee alongside his brother Andrew. His life was ordinary, hard work, long nights, and uncertainty. But everything changed when Jesus called him. Jesus gave him a new name, Peter, meaning rock, and invited him to follow. Peter's walk with Jesus was bold, passionate, and sometimes impulsive. He was often the first to speak, the first to act. When Jesus asked, "Who do you say I am?" Peter declared, "You are the Christ, the Son of the living God." He stepped out of a boat and walked on water toward Jesus. He witnessed miracles, healings, and the transfiguration. But Peter also struggled. When Jesus was arrested, Peter followed at a distance, and when confronted, he denied even knowing Jesus 3 times. In a moment of fear, the bold disciple failed. But Peter's story doesn't end there. After the resurrection, Jesus restored him. On the shore, Jesus asked Peter 3 times, "Do you love me?" mirroring his 3 denials. And with each answer, Jesus gave him a calling: "Feed my sheep." It was forgiveness, restoration, and purpose, all in one moment. After Jesus' ascension, Peter became a leader in the early church. On the day of Pentecost, he stood before the crowd and boldly preached, and thousands believed. The same man who once denied Jesus now proclaimed him without fear. Peter performed miracles, healed the sick, and helped establish the early church. He opened the door for the gospel to reach both Jews and Gentiles, showing that salvation was for all. Peter also wrote 1st and 2nd Peter. His letters encourage believers to remain strong through suffering, to live holy lives, and to stand firm in truth. His words carry weight because they come from experience, a man who knew failure, but also knew grace. Tradition tells us that Peter was eventually martyred in Rome. When sentenced to death by crucifixion, he requested to be crucified upside down, saying he was not worthy to die the same way as his Lord. From fisherman, to follower, to failure, to leader, Peter's life is a powerful reminder that falling doesn't disqualify you. What matters is what happens next. Because with Jesus, failure is never the end.